Amen. Amen. Turn with me to Mark chapter 5. And we're going to start at the 42nd verse. Thank God this morning that my mama and my uncle is able to be here.
Amen.
Thank God that that mama is not in any pain. And she's able to join us this morning.
Amen. God be the glory.
We thank God for the deacons of this house. Thank God for the trustees. Thank God for all the members. Thank God for to God say the same, my future wife. And to God be the glory, my godmother that took me in. Thank God for the leading lady of this house.
Amen.
And we dare not to go any further thanking my dad, the pastor, Pastor Bethany. If you haven't, say amen.
Amen.
Chapter 5, 42. Verse 42. Everybody have it? Verse 42 reads, "And straightway the damsel arose and walked, for she was of age of 12 years. And they was astonished with a great astonishment. And he charged them straitly that no man should know it, and command that something should be given to her to eat." Right there, I want to say, Lord, deliver me. In the early 90s, my mother used to sing a song by the Williams Brothers that said, God will deliver on time.
Yes.
And then today, this year, Sister Leandra Johnson wrote a song that says, Lord, deliver me. Alvin, why do you say, Lord, deliver me from this young lady being risen from the dead? Because when the Williams Brothers wrote that song, they came forth and they said that God delivered Lazarus out of the grave.
Yeah.
So there was a deliverance there. But in this text here, and I'm going to go back farther than this, and I'm going to go to when Jesus came on the land, when he got off the boat, there was a man possessed with demons that met Jesus. And I asked you to worship God because if a demon can come to Jesus and fall down at the feet of Jesus and worship him, why can't we, and we're supposed to be children of God? The Bible says that this man possessed with demons came and fell at the feet of God. There's something about being at the feet of God. A pastor once told me, when I told him, Pastor, that I was going into the ministry, he told me his mother told him, he said, that you cannot get no higher than the feet of God. And God dropped in my spirit that if you're at my feet, the crumbs that fall from above, they can't miss you. But if you're above me, you cannot get what the blessings that I have that's going to fall down on you. But this man fell down at his feet and he asked God. He told Jesus, he said, don't torment us. He said, listen, just send us to the swine. So Jesus gave them permission to go into the swine. This man was like the song I was saying, deliver me. This man was in the graveyard cutting himself with tombs. And Leandra said in this song, deliver me. Because all I seem to do is hurt myself. This man was doing nothing but hurting himself because of the demons that he had within him. But God delivered him from those demons. Now, I got another problem with this because when Jesus delivered this young man from the demons, the people that was watching the hogs went and told the people in the town that Jesus had delivered this man, and what he did by casting the demons into the hogs. So the townspeople came back, and they came back to town, to where Jesus was, and they cast Jesus out, told Jesus to leave. Now that right there lets me know that you need some deliverance too, but you were just scared of the fact that you didn't want those demons to come up out of you. So my thing is that Jesus did exactly what they asked. He didn't fuss, he didn't fight.
That's right.
He got back on the boat and he went back. The Bible said that Jesus came back across the lake. And when he came back across the lake, then the time he got off the boat again, there was a rich ruler that was in the town by the name of Jairus. Jairus also came to Jesus, fell down at his feet. There we go again. Somebody falling down at the feet of Jesus. That's what we need to do more often, is fall down at the feet of Jesus. Jairus fell down at the feet of Jesus and asked Jesus, he said, Lord, will you just come to my house? See, I got a daughter that's at my house and she's sick and she's almost dead. But Lord, would you come to my house and lay hands on my daughter? Jesus was on his way to lay hands on Jairus' daughter.
Yes.
And going through a crowd where there were thousands of people in,
Come on now.
Jesus said, somebody touched me. And when you look back, it was a woman that was sick for 12 years that had this issue.
Yes, she did.
And she heard about Jesus in town. And this woman said, if I can just touch his garment, I believe I'll be healed. How many of you know if you could just touch the hem of Jesus' garment that you'll be healed? Any sickness, any pain, anything that's going on with you, Jesus can deliver you from it. So by this woman touching Jesus' garment, Jesus healed her right there on the spot. Jesus looked at her and told her, her faith has made her whole.
Thank you, Lord.
And by that time, one of the servants that was at Jairus' house came to Jairus and told him, don't bother Jesus no longer because your daughter is dead. I can imagine that when Jairus got the news, and this is me speaking, Jairus probably sat on the ground or sat on a stone or something and said that if we hadn't have been killing time with that woman with the issue of blood, Jesus would have been there and laid hands on my daughter and she would have been already healed.
That's right.
But Jesus overheard the conversation. And by Jesus overhearing the conversation, Jesus went and told Jairus, don't be afraid, still believe. The same faith that you had in me when you came to me when I got off the boat, have that faith now. So the thing, Jesus and Jairus went on to the house. You can't take everybody with you when you're doing the work of God. So Jesus picked out a certain amount of people. He picked out Peter, John, and James. And he picked those out. Those are only three that were able to go with him.
That's right.
When Jesus arrived at the house, there were family and friends there that was crying over this young lady because she was dead. Jesus asked them, why are you crying? She's not dead, she's asleep. They looked at him and they laughed. Be careful who you laugh at. When they laughed at Jesus, Jesus kicked them out the house. Jesus kicked them out the house and Jesus went in and he took his disciples and he took the mother and father of that little girl. The Bible said that Jesus took the little girl by the hand and Jesus told the little girl, rise up. The little girl woke up and everybody was amazed at the work that Jesus had done. But this is what Jesus did. Jesus told them, don't tell nobody. How many times do you know if you do something for somebody, you ain't got to tell them? You ain't got to tell nobody else that what you done. So you don't have to tell nobody what you done. Only thing you got to do is do it, and then you're blessed. Jesus later told them to feed the little girl. Don't tell nobody what was done. I can imagine Jairus was joyful. He was cheering with joy because of the fact of his daughter being risen from the dead. That was deliverance. That was Jairus' daughter being delivered. The woman with the issue of blood was delivered. Now I have another woman that is not in the Bible, but she do have a story, and I'm going to tell it for her. I'm going to go back to where I went with the three little pigs. But I'm going to go with a young lady by the name of Cinderella. The story of Cinderella was told to me. The Cinderella dad passed, and she was left in the hands of her stepmother and her two stepdaughters. Am I right? So by her being left in those hands, they mistreated this little girl. So when she got older, they made her a maid and a slave in her own house. So by they making her a slave in her own house, There'll come a time that